Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are at the Talks. I am Natalie Gray Warren. I am a transformational coach, speaker, author, and licensed professional counselor. And we are live with the Talks, where we are talking about life's kept secrets. I'm so excited about talking with you today and doing the summer series that we actually started in June, and we're at the end of August. And each week we have come and talked about a different topic that is related to women and what we may have concerns and challenges with, and that we have a platform we can talk about it and really, really see that we're not by ourselves. So I'm going to pause for a moment because I want to see the engagement again this week from all of the Facebook livers that are out there. And then those who are listening from the replay, you'll have the same effectiveness and you also will be able to engage in discussion. But I'm going to pause for a moment and kind of get some connections with other Facebook groups that I'm a part of because I really want us to talk about this. And I will tell you the topic in just a moment, which I think you will really be excited about because in some way, shape, or form, you will see yourself. And I enjoy being able to do that. So let's get some engagement going. I hope that you're having a good day. At the time of the recording of this, it is August the 30th, 2017. And so I don't know where you are and what you're doing at this moment that you're listening, but I am excited about what will happen next. We have 3 months left in the year 2017. I'm just excited because I know that if you make your mind up, you can do almost anything in a short amount of time. So don't think that this means that you have to wait to 2018. It just means you have to start with where you are. I'm excited about that for you. So let's talk about today's topic. And if you're joining live, would you please share who you are and where you are so I can engage with you personally? For today's topic, and I've put it up there in the comments, it says, are you holding on to something that you need to let go of? Are you holding on to something you need to let go of? I'm really going to share about this because I think we don't talk enough about self-forgiveness. And are you holding on to something that you need to forgive yourself for? And I will speak on my own personal story in regards to this. And so we talk about self-forgiveness. Sometimes the challenge becomes we don't know that we need to forgive ourselves, right? Maybe we're thinking about what happened to us or maybe the person and thinking about forgiving them or forgiving it. But sometimes we forget that we have to forgive ourselves. And so I'll share about my story. So when I was younger in elementary school, I was teased for a length of time. The teasing happened even at different schools. I went to another school and it happened there. And from probably about second grade to sixth grade, throughout that time, on and off, I experienced teasing from my peers. Well, at the time, I really didn't know the damage that had done to me until years later. And I struggled with feeling good enough. And I felt something was wrong with me. And I struggled with feeling inadequate. Even though I was excelling academically, even though I was elected and chosen and nominated for positions and things by my peers, I struggled with that myself. And I went on to college and I realized through that journey of those years that I had some work to do within myself if I wanted to change it. And so I did. I did the work that needed to be done. And now that's why I enjoy helping women to do the same, to get the clarity, the confidence, the clarity, the confidence, and the courage to be the woman that they were created to be. But in that process, I went on and throughout my own work, I forgave those, right, that did this to me because ultimately I realized that they were very immature, very insecure young kids themselves. And they really didn't know what they were doing and the long-term effects it could have had on me. So I was able to let that go. But as I was going through life a little later on, I realized that I hadn't forgiven myself for what happened and how it had affected me. And so you may be thinking, wait a minute, Natalie, this happened to you. You didn't do anything. Why would you need to forgive yourself? Well, that question was important to me to understand as well, because what I didn't realize is that I had been holding myself to what happened to me in this way. I had a belief that something was wrong with me. I had a belief that I was missing something, that I was merely lucky and talented, and that if at any moment people will discover that I really wasn't those things. And so I had to do some work after I had come into the realization that I had to forgive myself. Thank you for joining the talk. I had to forgive myself for believing that something was wrong with me. I had to forgive myself for thinking that I wasn't good enough. Because that ultimately did for me is it caused me to walk in shame and to walk in fear, blame at times, and not really seeing, thank you, Kimberly, for joining, and not being aware and seeing that I had carried that myself. And it had caused me to doubt myself and to feel like I was missing something or I wasn't good enough. And in the moment, I'll tell you this, in the moment that I had that understanding, that I had to forgive myself for believing that something was wrong with me, I experienced a freedom that I hadn't before. It was as if something had lifted off of me, almost like a weight was lifted off of me in that moment when I embraced the idea that nothing was wrong with me, that it wasn't my fault, and that did not have to carry the shame and the guilt and the fear that I had carried for so long. And I'm sharing that with you because maybe there's something in your life that you have to say, wait a minute, I've done the work to forgive others, but I haven't done the work to forgive myself. Maybe you're carrying the fear. Maybe you're carrying guilt. Maybe you're carrying shame. Maybe you're carrying blame. Maybe you are feeling isolated and lonely because you're still holding this against yourself. And so I would ask you today to give yourself permission to let go, to give yourself permission to let go of the beliefs that you have that are around this. Maybe you are believing that it was your fault. Maybe you are believing that you deserve this. Maybe you're feeling all those feelings that I talked about, and maybe you are thinking this is the way it's supposed to be, or this is the way it has to be. But I want you to know that it doesn't. That you can forgive yourself, you can let go, and you can move forward. And I really want you to experience that freedom that I had that day. And this all came about as I was writing the book that's coming out very soon, which is Perfect, Complete, and Lacking Nothing: What Every Woman Needs to Know About Herself. And I started that work about 8 years ago and had no idea it would come into a book. But actually, before the book, it actually was in a workshop that I did last year. And as I was working through that material, I realized that there was some self-forgiveness that needed to go on. And this is where I had my moment where that thing that was holding me, that belief and that feeling lifted. And I'm talking about it went back 20 years and healed all of that in that moment. And I want you to experience that same freedom. I want you to have that you can walk in freedom and inner peace and joy and abundance, the life that God has created for you. And so I challenge you to do that. I challenge you to say, I forgive myself for believing, and fill in the blank. And maybe you have more than one blank, and that's okay. I forgive myself for feeling, and fill in the blanks. And I forgive myself for thinking, and fill in the blanks. And in doing that, watch and observe and experience something maybe that you hadn't before. Because that's what I would want to offer you. I've shared my story, and I know you have a story too. And maybe you've already done some of the forgiveness work for yourself. Share that with us. I'd love to hear about how you did this, because here's the power. When we tell our stories, we allow other people to tell their story. And so your sharing gives them permission to do the same. And to know, more importantly, that they're not by themselves. Because when we hold secrets and we hold our stories, we don't allow others to know that they are not alone. And I know this message is hearing women who are saying, I thought it was just me. I thought there was something wrong with me. But I want you to know that you're not by yourself, and that you can take that story and use it for purpose. And it can be wrapped up in passion and be able to live out your fullest potential, which is what I love to do with women. I love to teach them and help them and support them, transform their lives from the inside out. You see, we all have internal barriers and limitations and obstacles that get in the way. And when we know about them, we can do something about them. And that's where our power lies. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate your comment. She says, this is powerful every time I do it. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it gives you your power back. And I enjoy awakening the power within. If you ever see the post that I put on Facebook, if you're following me, I would love you to follow me if you aren't, because some people will see this message that are not on Facebook. I would love you to follow and join the Whole Woman Experience, that we have a movement and a tribe that are doing great things in our own community where women are supporting each other. I love to see it happening because I know this is important. When women support each other, incredible things can happen. And so I am delighted about not just sharing this with you on this live, I'm also delighted about sharing that we can dive deeper into what I'm talking about and so many other topics that are affecting women at our Whole Woman Transformative Retreat. And this is coming up in October the 7th and 8th in Stone Mountain, Georgia. And you can get more information about it at thewholewomanexperience.com. Lisa, I appreciate your feedback. I see it. You said, yes, it does. Yes, it does. It really does. It gives you a power and a freedom that you have been waiting for. You can unleash that in your own life. And so if you're interested in hearing more about the retreat, check out the website, thewholewomanexperience.com, where you can get more information about what we'll be doing, what to expect. You can purchase your ticket. There are spots that are still available for the ladies who are wanting to join, and we already have ladies that are already signed up that I'm so excited about. There's opportunities to be a vendor or a sponsor, or you can even sponsor another woman. Because here's the thing, sometimes we have to help each other along the way. And maybe either you can't attend or you know somebody else that could benefit from it. And what a gift it is to be able to give that to someone else, that she can walk in her power and know that and know the woman that she was created to be. My name is Natalie Gray Warren. I see some others have joined. So if you have a question or a comment, go ahead and put it in the comments. Or if you want to direct message me, I am open to that as well. I enjoy, as you can see and hopefully feel, I enjoy supporting women be who they were created to be and be able to walk in their fullest potential. Yes, I see a comment. Yes. Can a teenage girl come? Yes, I have. Good question. Thank you, Lisa. I've had teenage girls in the past come. So I think we've had at least 4 or 5 that were above 12 or 13 that did come to the retreat. And they got so much worth and value. Here's the thing. They'll be able to see women actually working through their things. And then the young ladies were open to sharing their own experiences. Let's not forget that they had struggles too. Remember, I told you my story. And I was a very young girl, struggling and learning and growing, trying to figure this thing out on my own. And the message that I never got was that, Natalie, you are a whole woman. You are a whole woman. Complete. At that time, I was a young girl, so I would have been a whole young girl, a whole young woman, right? But no one shared that message with me. Not that they didn't tell me that I wasn't, but they didn't share it in the way that I would have needed it. And had I known that, maybe I would have done some things differently. But here's the thing that I know, that all the pieces of my story were needed so that I can give you what I'm giving you today. So ultimately, I wouldn't change anything because that has been the journey that has gotten me to where I am today. And guess for you as well, that every part of your story has gotten you to where you are today. Please share. Thank you, Kimberly. Kimberly's asking that we share this. Share the post on your personal and business page. Many women need to know about this, and they do. Let's not assume that if we all look like we have it together on the outside, that the inside looks the same, because that's not true. Sometimes we need that help and that support. Oftentimes we need it in order for us to move forward in our lives. I have enjoyed our time together. My name is Natalie Gray Warren. I am a transformational coach and speaker. I'm an author and I'm a licensed professional counselor. I support women get the clarity, the confidence, and the courage to be the woman that she was created to be and live in her fullest potential. I look forward to seeing you either on Facebook, seeing you at the retreat or in the tribe, or just in passing in our daily walks. I hope that you have a wonderful day. You make it a great day. And I will see you next week on The Talks, where we are talking about life's kept secrets. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you then.